Hi YouTube, so this is Daddy-O's Reviews back again, and I have a very special treat for you today. This is a new old stock Florsheim Imperial Long Wing, and you can see that written on the bottom of the heel pad there. This is model number 93605, and you can see the CC after that. That indicates that it was built in March of a year ending in 3, and based on what I've looked at online as far as when these, the different versions of these shoes that were made, I'm going to peg them at 1983. I've put a couple of coats of conditioner just to get some lotion into the shell cordovan. And you can see I've worn them, I think, twice now. You can see, it was interesting, they would put a lacquer on the bottom of the shoe to make it look like it's wood, even though obviously it's leather. Got a big, thick double oak sole and a storm welt. And then otherwise, it's going to be very similar, actually, to today's Allen Edmonds McNeil or Alden 975. Except, of course, this was made by Florsheim. They did make them out of horween shell cordovan, just like Alden and Allen Edmonds and others. And then, as you can see, just kind of on an overhead view, the last shape, it's a little bit more bulbous through here, and it doesn't come quite to the same point that the McNeil does. So what you're looking at now is the Florsheim as compared to an Allen Edmonds McNeil. Both of those are left foot, left shoes. And a couple of things, you can see the Allen Edmonds McNeil curves toward the big toe, whereas this is kind of more directly ahead. And actually, in some respects, that's going to be fairly similar to the Alden Berry Last, which is what this particular shoe is. So, just a couple of differences. I don't have a pair of 975s at the moment, which is Alden's long wing blucher. But this is a shoe that's in the Berry Last. This is Florsheim's Last. I believe they used this on the wingtips and the plain toe blukers. And then this is the Allen Edmonds McNeil. All of these are in horween number 8 shell cordovan, and then of course Alden does its own finishing on those particular shoes. And then just for completeness sake, here's a Crockett & Jones 325 lasted shoe. So you can start to see kind of the differences. I actually like the Florsheim Last. It does look a little bit clunky on the foot, but it's very comfortable. So take a look at the Florsheim here in detail. So I mentioned it earlier, but you have the heel pad. It does say Florsheim Imperial Quality. On the right shoe, this is the left that we're looking at, on the right shoe has a little window here. It says Florsheim Imperial. And then Florsheim was known, for some reason, they always used green thread. And you always have a little bit of extra green thread, and there's an example of that. Fully glove leather lined. Very comfortable shoe. Wide, supportive last. Very thick double oak sole. And then it is made in horween shell cordovan. Interestingly, when you actually compare the tip of the wing, it's slightly different than the McNeil, number one. The McNeil kind of is a more triangular design rather than just continually curving on the Florsheim. And then it's also very different from the Crockett & Jones, which is right here. Crockett & Jones has a shorter wing design. And then Alden's actually somewhere in the middle. And as I said, I don't have an example of that at the moment, but I'm actually considering buying a pair of Aldens. I just really happen to like this design of a shoe, and I'm kind of a shell cordovan junkie, so I may get a pair of those. This is an Aftermarket Heel. Originally, and you can find this online, originally these came with an all-leather heel with all kinds of staples all around the exterior of the heel, and then a big triangular, basically they call it a V cleat right here. And that was designed to help the heel wear down more slowly. But it also had the effect of making you fall backwards anytime you were on a slick floor. And I presume that's what the original owner of this particular pair was trying to avoid. So that little bit of history there on the Florsheim. Sometime, and I don't know, you can read up on it on the internet, I'm sure, but sometime in the early 90s, I believe, they moved the facilities to make these shoes offshore, and specifically they moved it to India. But this is one of the 80s versions of Made in the USA, Shell Cordovan, Florsheim Imperial. So let me take a moment just to compare the finish. We've already talked about the last and talked about some of the details. Let's compare the finish. So this is basically a new, like I said, I've worn it twice, a new Florsheim Shell Cordovan finish. And you can see the pretty impressive finish. I mean, very glossy. In fact, when I first got these, I thought they might be corrected grain, but they're not. Very glossy. And then this is Alden. It just happens to be another brand new shoe that I have right now. So this is Alden's number 8. This is one of their penny loafers. You can really see that although this is glossy, and really Alden's known for having the glossiest finish currently, it's not even close. I mean, Florsheim's is even finished to a higher degree, higher standard than that. So pretty impressive. And I guess I'll close the video. Obviously, if you have questions, post below. Be interested to hear from you, any questions that you have. But then also, I'll close the video just comparing it again to the current Allen Edmonds version. They call it the McNeil. If you see these come up on eBay in new old stock condition, definitely recommend you grab them. You're going to want to condition them a little bit in order to get some moisture back into those Shell Cordovan material. But yeah, definitely recommend that you grab it, unless it's in size either 11.5E or 12D, in which case I'll be grabbing them. So don't do that. Just kidding. Anyway, I will let the video close down now with a quick view of the overall shoe. If you have questions, please post below. And as always, thanks for watching.